Duran Bailey was pronounced dead just before 4 a.m. on July 8, 2001. For Kirstin Lobato to be his killer, the prosecution wants you to believe a series of facts that are hard to swallow. On July 5th, Lobato went to a doctor in Panaca, 165 miles away from the crime scene. On July 6th, she took a drug test and passed. Prosecutors want you to believe that she needed meth on July 7th, so she headed south to Las Vegas. In their closing statements, prosecutors say Lobato found meth from Bailey, a homeless man living in a dumpster enclosure with a history of using crack, but no history of using meth. At some point, prosecutors want you to believe that this drug deal goes south, and Lobato beats Bailey to death, stabs him, and severs his penis. Lobato, who weighed about 100 pounds at the time of her arrest, then drags the 160-pound Bailey behind the dumpster, covers him in trash, and flees the scene without leaving a single piece of evidence that she was there. Prosecutors say she made it back to Panaca on the morning of July 8th and was picked up by a friend to return to Las Vegas. When looked at objectively, this story is nonsensical. Prosecutors admit that Lobato had a source for her meth in Las Vegas, but there is no evidence that this source was Bailey, and it is doubtful that an 18-year-old girl's drug connection was a 44-year-old homeless man who lived on a limited income. They rely on a speculative narrative that is not supported by any actual evidence. There is no evidence that Kirstin Lobato left Panaca on July 7th. There is no evidence that she knew Duran Bailey. There is no evidence that she was at the crime scene. In fact, the only evidence of a suspect collected from the crime scene comes from an unknown man who stepped in Duran Bailey's blood. Lobato is now trying to do the impossible: get the Nevada Supreme Court to overturn a second conviction. She has support from over 150,000 people who signed a petition asking the Clark County District Attorney to stop opposing her appeal and to test and retest evidence found at the scene using technology not available in 2001. The Innocence Project, a New York-based nonprofit group run by famed defense attorney Barry Scheck, has offered to pay for the tests to be performed, but the county has refused. If you would like more information about this case, go to justiceforkirstin.com.